Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Here we are, week 3, and July is bringing a lot of mixed energies, as you can see on the world stage. And there's a lot going on. So I'm going to talk about the energies of what I've been tuning into, what's coming up for us to look at, and the energies that are moving so fast at this time. So, we talked about July and the energy moving so quickly in July, and so many different themes that we're looking at. And there's a lot going on with relationships right now. We're looking at our relationships, we're looking at dynamics, we're seeing truths. And I'm finding like day by day, you're literally getting new insights, new awarenesses, new perspectives on your journey. It's taking you deeper into those deeper emotions to look at, to feel, to heal. And there's many layers to the energy of July. So this last few days and today, I have felt that the energy shifted again. So, there is like I'm seeing dominoes toppling over, and the divine is now reordering things around, like thing changes here and it's moving fast. So foundations are crumbling. There is a death cycle and a rebirth happening right now in the collective, and many souls will be going through this, where they're going through this transition. And if you've been trying to resist, the flow and where the divine wants to take you towards your destiny, where you're meant to be, if you've been resisting, you've been trying to control situations in your life out of fear or ego, or you're just not sure of the unknown and it frightens you, then there is a reordering happening now, like it's been taken out of our hands because the energies are moving too fast. Like if we're not in alignment with the new frequencies and where our soul wants to take us now, things are going to fall apart. And the message I want to give to you today is to let things fall apart, not to be afraid. Like if you find you're resisting and in resistance of change, is to drop into the change, is to breathe into it, the change, and allow it, because the change is actually going to take you to your wish fulfillment, to your happy ever after, to what you're meant to be doing here on the earth. And, if you've come here to serve and you've come here to help humanity, your help and your assistance is needed at this time, because there is so much division. Divide and conquer is going on at the moment, or thrive, unite and thrive and prosper. And so we are being called to build this new world and this new earth and come together and share our gifts in our own unique ways. And if your soul has, a divine plan for you, and you are meant to be somewhere by a certain time in a certain place, then things are now starting to crumble. They're starting to crumble, and you're being moved to the next part of your journey. And those who have experienced those tower moments and where everything falls apart, what's actually happening is your foundations of the old world are falling apart. So if your foundations were built on insecure foundations, built in where you were vulnerable with those foundations, where they weren't supportive of you, maybe they were built out of fear or survival or codependency or dependency or imbalance of power, and not built in love, they're crumbling right now because they're not aligned with the new frequencies. Like the fifth dimension is all about stability, love, connection, vulnerability, authenticity, and alignment with our higher selves. And if we are anywhere out of alignment with our higher selves and our heart, and our internal desires and our sacred divine path, then things are crumbling at this time. And so the dominoes are coming down. I'm literally seeing a row of dominoes going boom, 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 boom. The chess pieces are being moved around in your life at this time. And it's going to bring a lot of fear and insecurity of the unknown. But the divine and spirit is saying, let them fall, let it fall, just let it go, let it go. Don't try and control. You can't control anymore in this next vibration. You have to surrender and go with the flow and let the river take you. It's like, you're going downstream and the current is coming and the waves are coming fast, and you're trying to hold on for dear life to a branch or a tree, and the current is taking you downstream. If you hold on tight because you're just not sure where it's going to take you, you're going to struggle. You've got the current pushing you down, the water's coming at full force, and you're holding on for dear life. And Spirit is saying, just let go and trust us that we're going to deliver you to your wish fulfillment, and the things and the dreams that you've been calling in, and the people that you're meant to meet, and the soul contracts that you're have been designated to you, divinely orchestrated by you for this next phase. So you have to leave this old world, the 3D, 4D world that you've been a part of. And there may be certain contracts that you had with certain souls that were in that vibration with you. But now you've shifted, like you've been doing this into internal work, and you've been cleaning up your frequencies and cleaning up your energy. And you're not that person anymore. You don't fit in that environment anymore. And so it's time to move. It's time to allow what now wants to come into your space. Like you're this being and you're trying to fit into this box, and you're not that person. And so what Spirit is trying to bring in is the connections that are going to take you to peace and harmony, to love. Maybe there's a divine union for you, or a new soul connection and a new contract, a divine counterpart that is waiting on the other side for you. And that's confirmation by Spirit with my voice changing. So there are divine counterparts in this next vibration, new soul connections of a higher vibration that are waiting to meet us. And so Spirit wants to bring them in for you to meet and have these new connections that are on a deeper level, that are more fulfilling, more aligned with who you are in your internal space. And so that your inner landscape matches your outer landscape. Your inner landscape is a match to your outer landscape. And I was guided to get the bluebells and the trees. And I love when the bluebells come out in the forests. But this is the landscape that you want to see in your outer world, not chaos and conflict and craziness. But if you are this on the inside, then you want to express and experience that on the outside. And it's time to move now. It's time to go in the direction of your heaven and earth and where your soul wants to take you. So I have felt the quickening of energies where you're seeing truths for what they are. You're seeing deception where it's played out. You're seeing those connections that have stabbed you in the back. You're seeing who's supporting you, who's not supporting you. People's intentions are becoming very clear, where there has been envy and jealousy is becoming very clear, where your soul is no longer feeling it fits, and those feelings are coming up so strongly. You're getting insights and downloads on a daily basis where maybe the person you were yesterday, you're not that person today because you've had another insight and a download and another perspective. And you're like, okay, I see where I didn't set a healthy boundary here, or I didn't speak up for my truth, or no, I'm not going to accept this in a relationship that I go into next. And I have to be very clear and I have to express myself from the word go. So you're kind of looking at things multidimensionally, and there's a lot coming up to the surface for you to understand and change. So change is here and we can't run from it. And I know, you hold on for dear life to your old life, but at this time you can't hold on. The current is too fast. The energy is moving too quickly. And we're being moved into this new world. And I promise you, this new world is full of love and connection and beauty and, support for you and who you are on the inside as a soul. And you're shedding what you're letting go of is what is no longer aligned, which is not a vibrational match to you. Friendships that don't support you, that maybe have, on the surface, they were your friends, but inside they're not. And you're letting go of everything that needs to go now so that you can make space for what wants to come in. And there's so much goodness coming in. There's so much beauty coming in. If you make space and let go of your old life and old world, you suddenly have this space, and then you can bring in the creative ideas and the insights in to your field that want to come in because you've got space to bring them in. So it's just like your wardrobes, clean up your wardrobes. I talked about this last year, actually. Clean up your wardrobes, clean up your thoughts, clean up your energy field. You might be moving house, so you're just getting rid of a lot of stuff that you've been hoarding for years. And really, why have you been hoarding it? If you're hoarding onto money and you don't want to move because it means leaving things behind and leaving that kind of lifestyle behind, you're not going to miss it. Trust me, you're not going to miss it, because when you start serving from a place of love and alignment with your true authentic self, you step into the vibration of abundance, and you'll never have lack again. You will never be in lack again, because everything you need will be provided for. It will be provided for. It'll show up in your space before you even realize it. And the things that you're going to let go of, you're not even going to miss them. You know, we think we're going to miss those things, but actually you don't. You know, we don't need much to survive. Um, because you just don't, you know, most of the time, if we look around our houses, we have a lot of clutter and things that we don't really need. And so you're just purging, clearing out energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally, you're letting go for this new world and the new energies that are coming in, and they're based in the heart. And we have to be in alignment with our truth and in authentic expression, and bringing in those connections that are aligned for us, that are loving, supportive, caring. We can go deeper, we can be vulnerable, we can be fully ourselves and express who we are. And so we're shedding like a snake. We're shedding, we're shedding, we're rebirthing, we're shedding. An old version of us is dying, and a new one is wanting to be birthed. And Spirit is saying that, you know, there may be souls around you, like family members or spouses or friends, that don't like this growth in you. They don't like seeing this new version of you because it triggers them, it triggers their insecurities, and they want you to stay the same. They want you to fit into the box that you were in. And it's like, why do you have to change? You know, why are you acting like this? Why are you behaving like this? Why can't you just be the way you were? And so you're triggering their insecurities, but they're also seeing that you're changing, and they don't like that change in you. They don't like that change in you, but you know, they also have to go through their karma and their growth, their soul growth, because they can't avoid it either. So you moving into your new vibrations is also helping them to evolve, and we need to evolve now. It's like we're moving and we cannot carry anyone. We cannot carry anyone's karma for them. They have to do their own process work, their own healing work. But we have to give ourselves permission to go in the direction that we're meant to. If we know on a deep soul level that we've come to do some bigger work for humanity, we've known that, we would know that in our soul on a deep, deep level. Like I always knew I was here for something greater. I had come here to do something important for humanity. I knew it in the depths of my being. And that was the thing that just kept me being curious and keep going till I found it. So, you know, you have to trust yourself. That information is already inside of you, it's in your coding, and you already know on such a deep cellular level that you've come here to do something important for humanity. And we are at that place where we are now here to serve and assist each other to thrive and move into the higher vibrations, where it is a co-creation, where we are assisting our friends, our families, our communities, and we have this, you know, reciprocity where we're looking out for the whole. We're looking out for humanity. We're supporting people through their growth, and we're serving in a way that brings upliftment to humanity and raises the vibration and frequency of the earth. And we're all being called to do our bit. We are all being called to do our bit. And when you live in that alignment and with that divine truth and in that space of service and oneness, you are part of that, and you are fed through that stream of consciousness, and you're taken care of. So this is a time to move. Literally, I'm seeing week 3, the energies are moving really fast and the chess pieces are moving around. The divine's saying, right, enough, enough. You've had enough time. You know, you've been sitting on the fence for way too long. Make a decision. You have this opportunity, and we do have this opportunity between now and the 888 portal, the Lion's Gate, where there is a door wide open for us to step into the 5th dimensional world and step further into our divine path and our higher selves, and what's calling us into these abundant frequencies that are aligned with our heart and soul. And Spirit is saying, you need to shut this door. You know you need to shut this door, to stop being complacent, to trust yourself, to trust us, to trust the journey. And, you know, when you look back and you look at all the challenges that you went to and all the, you know, the journey of swimming through the river and the winds and all of that, the storm that you had to go through to get to where you're going to get to, you will look back and you'll say to yourself, wow, that was an amazing journey, in the sense I grew so much, I gained so much wisdom. I'm a fearless warrior now. Where I was fearless, I have overcome my fears, and I'm fearless. Like nothing can break me now because I'm strong, I'm resilient. I discovered that resilience and strength within me. And now I can face anything. Like I can go with the flow. I can live in the unknown. In fact, I love living in the unknown, and I'm curious and I'm open and I love living on the edge of life, and because I'm present and I'm living in the moment. And when you're living in the moment, you're in your power. So you don't need to think about the past. You don't need to think too far into the future. You're present, and this is your point of power. And this is where we're being brought to. This is where the universe is trying to get us um, to this new space where we are living in the present moment. We are aligned with our higher selves and our heart. When fearless, so you have to be fearless when you step into the fifth dimension. You also have to be free, like mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually free, because that's stepping into your sovereignty. So where you are in codependent dynamics, dependent dynamics, where there's an imbalance in relationships, an imbalance in your field, you're not free, you're attached to something. So this next chapter is trying to help you to detach from outcomes, from control, from resistance, from, codependency, because you have to stand as a sovereign being in your own wholeness in the fifth dimension, which means you are fearless, you're powerful, you're independent, you are free, you are sovereign, you're sitting on your king or queen throne, and like an empress or an emperor, and you're stepping into this vibration, knowing yourself deeply. So that's where spirit is trying to get us to. And I have felt this quickening. I have felt this quickening this week, like really since the weekend. I felt the energy's like gone up to another level, and it's shifting fast, shifting fast. Things are falling like a house of cards. It's falling, it's collapsing. Things are collapsing. Things are falling apart around you, and you might be thinking, "Oh my goodness, my world is falling apart." But the world that's falling apart is the illusion, is the ego, is the old world, is the world that you were attached to in your 3D world. That was a reality that you were living in. But now you're not in that reality anymore. You're in a different vibration. And so that reality is going to collapse around you because it's not who you are now. It's not the vibration that you're emanating in now. So that has to collapse for you to now stabilize your frequency in this new vibration. And as you stabilize your frequency in this new vibration, and those souls and those experiences can start to come in to meet you. And they're going to be so harmonious, beautiful, aligned, loving, supportive, abundant. Like you're going to get to experience abundance on a whole other level. So if you're leaving a connection and you're stepping into abundance, there's an abundance of choices for you. I mean, really, there is an abundance of choice. If you shut one door, another door opens. If you shut one door, another door opens. And it's almost instant. When you're living in that vibration of alignment and abundance, it's instant what comes in for you. When you decide, no, I don't want that, then the next thing comes in to show you and give you the option to experience it. So it's a magical world when you step into this next vibration. It's not to fear it. I mean, we've all been there. I've been there, and I get it. I understand. I have huge compassion for souls that are going through it. But it's learning to navigate the highs and the lows and the meander through, the currents of change to get to your new vibration. So there are many tools. There are many things that we can look at and help and assist you with, but we are moving, and we've all got to move. We've all got to go through this journey. So those who have been moved already are now holding space for those that are coming through, because they know they're from their experiences, what they went through, and then they can help others navigate their journey and step into the new vibrations. And many of us are living proof of the new vibrations and also the journey. Yeah, it's tumultuous at the time, but when you look back, you just see how much wisdom you gained. And spirit says you will never be given anything that you can't handle. Like you'll never be given a challenge that you can't handle. You'll always be given something that you can handle. So if you like challenges, you'll be given a challenging situation, but it's because you can handle it. You already can handle it. So it's not to fear it, to know on a deeper level that I'm experiencing this because I can handle it. And it will be your deepest fears that you are now alchemizing, so that whatever you fear the most, is what's coming up for you to alchemize. So you have to go through that situation to then rewire the program, change your frequency, see the situation in a new light, use your tools, use your breath to stabilize your frequency. That no matter what you're going through, these highs and lows, you can be the embodied master and stay in neutrality. That is the key. You use your breath every day, meditation, you walk, you stabilize your frequency. And so no matter what is going on, you're able to stay in neutrality. That is the mastery. And that's how you navigate through this time and into the new vibrations. Whereas if you're going up and down, you can't stabilize your frequency, which means spirit can't bring in the new energies to support you. So spirit asks you to stay neutral, know that you're moving into this, your heaven on earth, where your inner and outer landscape is trying to match up. Your inner landscape, all the work you've been doing all these years, and all the frequencies you've upgraded within you, and all the traumas and emotions that you've released, you've cleaned up, you're cleaning up your frequency. And so now we want to match the outside world with the inside world. And that's what's happening at record speeds right now. So be gentle with yourselves, have lots of compassion with yourselves, and allow the change. Don't hold on tight. Let go of resistance and go with the flow. And go with the flow. The chess pieces are being moved and the divine is stepping in, and you are stepping into your fifth dimensional suit and your fifth dimensional life. And there are many new soul contracts coming in to support you through this time. So that was really the message for the third week of July. We're doing some deep diving. There's a lot of emotions coming up. There's a lot of change for souls coming up, going through. And if you look on the world stage, there's a lot going on right now. So it's it's very unstable at the moment because things are crumbling. Truths are being unveiled. We're seeing situations for what they are. And they're shocking us. In some spaces, it will be shocking to the system. But then you have to go in and just reflect and introspect and look at it again. But truths are coming up, the illusions are being dissolved. And we're having to see situations for what they truly are. And if we turn a blind eye to something, we can't turn a blind eye to it anymore. We have to face it. We have to look through it. And we have to move through it. We have to move through it to get to the other side. We can't run, we can't avoid, because at some point you got to face it. And right now, there's nowhere to go but face it. Got to face it. You got to face it and you got to move through it. So, and also nothing is wasted. Anything that you've experienced, nothing is wasted. But the message at the moment is clean it up, clean it up, clean it up, because we want to take you to this new space and this new vibration. So lots going on this July. Every week the energy is shifting and the universe is now, giving us a kick up the backside almost to face situations that we've avoided and to get us into these beautiful higher vibrations that are aligned, and the souls that were meant to meet in this next vibration, to help them come in, because you have a soul contract and you've come here to support humanity through this time. So it's like, okay, come on, it's time. You are needed on the earth. You've got work to do. You have chosen this, this is your orchestration and design, and it's time to get to work and show up to do the work. So, let's go, team. Is why we've come here. We've come to evolve. And sometimes we can forget and get comfortable in our 3D, 4D life. But we've come here we are the warriors of the light. We've come here to evolve and step into our higher selves and to embrace the change, to embrace the change and ride the waves, and know that you can ride the waves. You can surf these waves. You already come with the coding to do that, and to alchemize in every moment the fears that are coming up, to create a new pattern, new thought patterns, to face those deeper emotions of old wounds that are coming up and let them move through you, and keep raising your vibration to the higher vibration so that you can navigate the change and move through it. And also to use your breath to neutralize your frequency, so that you're like this, you're stabilizing your frequency, and then you can enjoy the frequencies that are coming in. like a radio station. You know, if you keep turning it up, down, you're not going to get the radio station. You're not going to be able to tune in or listen to that radio station. So if you just turn it slightly and you just adjust it slightly, then you can tune into the radio station and you can listen to what they're saying or the songs on that frequency. And it's the same with us as energetic beings. If we're doing this, we can't get the tuning, we can't tune in and get the frequency and hear the energy on that vibration. We can't tune into it. We can't meet those souls because we're doing this. They're coming, then they're not. They're coming, then they're not. But if you stabilize and get into neutrality, okay, now they can pick you up on their signal. Now you can pick them up on your signal. Now you can hear, see, sense, feel that frequency, no matter what. And this is an art. This is alchemy. This has been the alchemist, the magician of your life. And this is your mastery. And this is what you're being pushed into now. And it's always you go through the toughest lesson before your heaven on earth. And before moving into the fifth dimension, you will go through the toughest lesson of your life. But when you get through that, you know you've arrived, like you've arrived. You've arrived in this new frequency and vibration, and you're going to live in peace and harmony and a lot more loving vibrations with loving souls. So let it crumble, let it crumble. Know that you will be taken care of. Know that the divine has got you. Know that your guides are with you. Know that you can do this. You already know that you can do it, and you've already chosen to do it. And you will never be given anything that you cannot handle. Never will you be given something that you cannot handle. So just take all that in, let it integrate into your cells and just reflect on that. And just navigate this time with love, rest when you need to, because we're processing so much. Allow the shedding, sit with your heart, let go of the emotions, and open and welcome in the new world that wants to bless your life. This abundant, flowing, colorful new world that wants to be gifted to you by the divine. I mean, it's a gift that is coming in. So let go and allow yourselves to flow. Let go and allow yourselves to flow. And that is going to be my closing message for this week. And we will see what wants to come in next week. But this is the message that is coming in for this week of July. So sending you everyone so much love. I'm just getting one more message that something will be unveiled in this week that is connected to your destiny, like something that's been birthing for a while underneath the surface, but now it's coming to the surface of something that you're here to share and share with others. It's been brewing, it's been sitting inside of you, and it's coming like to the surface where now you're getting a more of an idea of how you want to share this, and you're getting an insight and a deepening of that knowledge of what you are going to share in this next vibration. So just listen deeply. New insights are coming in, new creations are birthing, but they're coming up the surface. So if there were a seed, in your womb, they're coming up now to the surface for you to feel, see, sense, and then you're going to share it with the outside world. So that is also coming up for this week. New deep insights and creations that you are here to share with the world coming to the surface for you to see, acknowledge, and understand, and deepen and connect with. Okay, so I will see you next week. I hope everyone's doing well. If you want a one-to-one, reach out. We have our retreat in 2 weeks' time, so not long. We're heading off to Mount Shasta in the USA for the 888 portal. But yeah, take care of yourself. Let me know how you're doing. Subscribe to the channel if this message aligned with you. And if, whenever you receive this message, it will be for you. Whenever you pick up on this message, there will be something in here for you to listen to. Okay? So thank you, everyone. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon.